Today I am reviewing the Nikon 200-500 f5.6 telephoto lens, a fantastic and affordable option to get into wildlife photography. So, let's get into it. Summer's kicked off and that means it's beach time, but I'm not here to get a tan or just laze about. I'm here to capture soldier crabs. Soldier crabs have always fascinated me. They're really tricky to capture because any vibration in the sand throws them back underground as quickly as they just appear. But luckily I've got the 200-500 with me today and I'm going to capture them. Now I have the 200-500 attached to my lovely Nikon Z6, but the first thing I've noticed is that it is really heavy when attached to the camera. The camera itself is really light, the lens itself is quite heavy. You get used to it, but first go it's a little bit disconcerting. So what I've done is I've added a L plate to the bottom of the Z6, which is sort of counterbalanced the weight a little bit. Not a big deal, but you know, it is what it is. The 200-500 is an affordable, I guess, entry level into the world of telephoto lenses. For the price point and the quality that you get, you just can't pass it up. Like all Nikon lenses, the 200-500 is super sharp. It's sharpest at 200 and drops down a little bit at 500mm. I have to say the images that I've captured with this have just been, you know, very sharp, vibrant. The colours have been great. The image reproduction with this lens is quite incredible for the price. Throw in the constant 5.6 aperture and it makes it a really effective option in low light situations. Now for the build quality, unfortunately the 200-500 isn't weather sealed. I've noticed a bit of sucking in air when I zoom in and out. Now this might be a problem if you're in a dusty environment or a wet environment, you know, something to be aware of and not to go too crazy if you're in these environments, because you may affect the lens and you may actually eventually affect the camera. Now the lens is hefty, it's quite heavy and a little bit unwieldy, but it just feels really great and in the hand and feels really rugged, even though it's pretty much plastic. At 200mm there is a lock feature, so preventing it zooming and sliding in and out when you're walking around or traveling. Great for, especially when you're in a bag, packing your bag so it doesn't slip about. Now the 200-500's vibration reduction, I think it takes maybe 3 or 4 stops. It's actually quite good. Tying that with the Z6's inbuilt body stabilization, it just gives you a really effective platform, especially when you're handhold shooting or if you're, you know, in weird positions like I am now. Soldier crabs are found in Australia from North Queensland all the way down to Victoria. They live near anywhere that's tidal, such as quieter beaches or mangroves, and they tend to move in large groups and somehow appear and disappear all at the same time. As they cruise along the beach, they constantly eat, stuffing sand into their mouths and filtering out any goodness. After they've taken in their fill, they kind of leave behind these round pellets of sand and then move on to the next area. You know there's soldier crabs in the area as they leave these monuments all over the place. As the tide goes out, soldier crabs appear, then they disappear just as quickly if they feel any vibration in the sand. One of the many threats to the soldier crab is the masked lapwing, or plover. Plovers have unbelievable hearing and can zero in on hidden insects, or in this case, crabs, moving beneath the soil and sand. The plover stays still, moving only occasionally, leading the crabs into a false sense of security. Lucky for some, unlucky for others. I've been watching these guys for a few days now, and to be this close and really see their personalities and different behaviours without disturbing them is unreal, and I couldn't have done that without a lens like the 200-500. I love the great image quality and the overall dependability of this lens. It's just nice to have something as high quality as this that's affordable and is going to give you fantastic results. So there you go, the Nikon 200-500 telephoto lens, a fantastic option if you want to get into wildlife photography and the new genre that is soldier crab photography. Thanks for watching, don't forget to subscribe. If you like this video, maybe you'd like to watch one about the Nikon 14-30. Or if you're of the Micro Four Thirds persuasion, here's a review of the Olympus 40 to 150 zoom lens. Cheers.